In the heart of South America, there exists a stretch of jungle untouched by satellites, maps, or even myth. This isn't just another rainforest. It's a place where the rules of nature seem to bend. Locals call it cursed. Researchers call it anomalous. But to those who've entered and returned, if any truly have, it is something else entirely. Here, animals vanish as if swallowed by the trees. Predators flee without sound. And at night, the entire forest seems to breathe. In this episode of Mysteries of the Wild, we explore the terrifying secrets of the forest that feeds itself, not with sunlight or soil, but something far more chilling. Our journey begins in the Calveta rainforest, a dense, remote ecosystem so isolated that even satellite imaging struggles to penetrate its thick, mist-covered canopy. For years, this region remained off-limits due to its unstable terrain and strange electromagnetic interference. But in 2016, a team of biologists secured permission for limited exploration. What they found was unsettling. A tagged jaguar, part of a long-term tracking project, was discovered lying motionless in a shallow ravine. Its body showed no wounds, no signs of struggle, yet every drop of blood had been drained. Nearby, several birds were found dead in mid-flight, suspended in the branches, like ornaments. Something in this forest was disrupting the natural order, but whether it was biological or something older and unseen remained unknown. In 2017, the mystery deepened. A small National Geographic expedition ventured into the Calveta rainforest to document its unexplored biodiversity. The team consisted of seasoned researchers, 2 local guides, and cutting-edge drone equipment. But 3 days into the mission, all communication stopped. No distress signal, no emergency beacon. A week later, only a single drone was recovered, found miles from their last known coordinates, its camera still intact. The footage revealed something haunting. A lone deer, standing unnaturally still in a misty clearing, its eyes glazed over as if entranced. Moments later, it took a slow step forward and vanished into the fog. No predator, no sound, just silence. Investigators called it camera malfunction, but others who watched the raw footage said the fog moved like it was alive and breathing. As rumors spread, scientists began searching for logical explanations. Environmental biologists proposed a natural cause, perhaps hallucinogenic spores from an unidentified fungus, capable of paralyzing both prey and predator. Others suggested methane pockets or toxic gases might be responsible for the strange animal deaths and hallucinations. A few even tested samples of the mist itself, revealing trace amounts of airborne neurotoxins never before catalogued. But none of these theories explained the patterns. Disappearances only occurred during full moons, always in the same 200-meter radius, and never affected plant life. Time-stamped trail cameras failed to capture the exact moment animals disappeared. They simply blinked out of existence. Something was hiding in the forest, either perfectly camouflaged by nature or deliberately veiled by something far more intelligent. When science could no longer provide answers, attention turned to the region's oldest voices, the indigenous Cacuña people, who had avoided the Calveta rainforest for centuries. According to their oral history, the forest is alive, not metaphorically, but spiritually. They call it Yamatu, or the forest that hungers. Legend tells of a powerful shaman who, in an ancient war between tribes, cast a forbidden ritual to protect the land. The ritual fused blood magic with nature, binding animal life to the forest itself. From that day forward, the jungle was said to consume those who entered without respect. It offered no warnings, no signs, only silence, and then nothing. To the Cacuña, the vanishing animals, the draining of blood, and the hypnotic fog are not anomalies. They are symptoms of an old curse still feeding. Several months after the National Geographic team vanished, a rescue and research unit stumbled upon something unexpected just beyond the forest's known boundary. A weathered, leather-bound journal, half buried beneath moss and vines. It belonged to Dr. Eliza Rowan, a field botanist last seen in 2015, presumed dead. The pages were soaked and torn, but some entries remained legible. One passage stood out. "The vines watch me, they move when I sleep. I can feel the ground breathing beneath my tent." Another read, "There's a rhythm here, not natural. The trees hum when they think you're not listening. The forest is waiting. But for what?" Her final entry, scribbled hastily, simply said, "It knows I see it." There was no sign of Dr. Rowan's body, only the journal, and a ring of vines growing in a perfect circle around where it was found. The journal reignited scientific interest, and in 2021, Dr. Arjun Malik, a renowned biochemist and molecular ecologist, led a new expedition to collect soil, plant, and air samples from the edge of the Calveta anomaly. What he discovered defied current biology. One soil sample contained a previously undocumented enzyme capable of breaking down complex animal tissue in minutes, yet it was entirely inactive on plant matter. Under the microscope, fungal structures appeared to respond to light and sound, almost as if they were aware of their environment. But the most chilling discovery: every sample degraded within hours of removal, as if the forest itself rejected being studied. Dr. Malik reported hearing voices at night, soft murmurs in an unknown language. He left the forest after just 48 hours, abandoning further exploration. His conclusion was simple: it's not just alive, it's intelligent. As the line between science and folklore blurred, a chilling new theory emerged among fringe biologists and occult researchers alike: that the Calveta forest may be home to a hybrid life form, part fungus, part animal, part plant. A predator not created through natural evolution, but through deliberate fusion. Some believe it to be the result of ancient biomagic, an experiment in ecological defense gone terribly wrong. Others suspect rogue geneticists or lost civilizations may have altered the forest's DNA centuries ago. What makes this theory terrifying is its plausibility. Mimicry, chemical lures, and parasitic control already exist in nature. What if this creature, or the forest itself, evolved or was designed to harness both biological processes and arcane energy? A living, breathing trap that thinks, adapts, and protects its secrets. Not a monster in the forest, but the forest as the monster. In April 2024, a group of urban explorers known for documenting abandoned places and paranormal sites decided to enter the Calveta forest. Equipped with night vision, body cams, and a drone, they live-streamed their expedition to thousands of viewers. The broadcast started like any other: jokes, nervous laughter, and curious exploration. But just 2 hours in, the tone shifted. The group reported hearing distant whispers with no apparent source. One member said the trees looked like they were leaning toward them, changing shape when viewed through thermal imaging. Then, the stream went silent. The video froze on a single frame, the team standing in a mist-filled clearing, eyes wide, completely still. Moments later, the feed cut to black. No signal, no GPS trace. Authorities recovered one phone near the forest's edge. Its last recording? 15 seconds of static, and a soft, rhythmic sound, like breathing, coming from all around. Today, Calveda remains off-limits, unofficially. Authorities cite environmental risks, unstable terrain, and dangerous wildlife. But locals know better. They speak in hushed tones of the forest's hunger, warning outsiders to stay away, especially during full moons. Scientists are divided. Some insist it's a natural biome with extreme mutations. Others refuse to discuss it at all. Occult researchers claim the forest is a sealed magical entity, still feeding off a centuries-old ritual. Yet one unsettling truth remains. Nothing mechanical lasts long inside Calveda. Drones fail, compasses spin, batteries die, and people vanish. Explorers, thrill-seekers, even trained teams, all gone. The forest never speaks, never leaves evidence. Only a feeling remains, one shared by all who've gotten close enough to feel it. That you're being watched by something older than science and far less forgiving. The Calveda forest remains one of the world's most unsettling enigmas, where science fails, magic whispers, and nature turns predator. Is it a cursed ecosystem, a sentient forest, or the last remnant of an ancient experiment? We may never know. But one thing is certain. The deeper you go, the more you feel it watching, listening, waiting. And if you hear your name in the rustling leaves, it's already too late. But this is only one secret of the wild. In our next episode, we travel north, into the frozen silence of Siberia, where mutated wolves prowl an abandoned laboratory once used for psychic animal experiments. What happened there when the minds of beasts were opened and refused to close? Please like, subscribe, and press the bell icon for more videos.